Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the virtual senior day for Haverford Baseball as we gather digitally to honor the Haverford Baseball class of 2020. Today, we would like to recognize the 7 seniors on this year's team for their impact and contributions during their time here at Haverford. Thanks in large part to this special group, Haverford has enjoyed great success in the past 4 seasons, with 64 wins, a pair of appearances in the Centennial Conference Tournament, and a trip to the Centennial Conference Championship game a season ago. The Fords have also been one of the most successful teams academically, capturing the ABCA Academic Team Award in each season of eligibility, and consistently nearing the top of the Centennial Conference for academic honor roll recipients. Our first senior today is number 3, Harrison Burns. A captain of the Fords during his senior season, Burns joined the Haverford squad from St. Louis, Missouri, and instantly became a key contributor to the lineup. He made 28 starts in his rookie season and grew into a vital presence during his junior year. Burns proved to be a versatile presence as he saw time in both the outfield and infield throughout his career, and was a major threat on the base pass as he stole 34 bases in just 44 attempts. An economics major, he also nabbed a spot on the Centennial Conference Honor Roll a season ago.
Harrison Burns was a great teammate and really an even better friend. I think on the field, he showed tremendous success in the outfield for us and at the plate, being able to hit doubles off the wall whenever we needed, come up with a big hit in clutch situations. I think we'll also miss just the energy and the amount of fun that he brought every day while also trying to keep it serious when we needed it. We'll certainly miss his presence on and off the field going forward, because you can always rely on Harrison to bring out the best in you, both on the field but also off the field.
Our second senior is Lucas Greenbaum. Making the trek across the nation from Berkeley, California to the Haverford campus, Greenbaum came back from some early career injuries to provide a stabilizing force in the Haverford bullpen. In 12 career appearances for the Fords, he owns a 3.79 ERA. This season, he logged 7.1 innings in 3 appearances, striking out 6 batters. A history major, Greenbaum was previously named an Ambler Scholar athlete earlier this month.
Lucas Greenbaum, definitely one of the best teammates that I think I've ever had. Definitely someone who, was a positive role model for a lot of the guys on our team, especially the pitchers. Came into a lot of high-pressure situations for us and always seemed to get the job done and always, had an air of composure about him and was cool, calm, and collected. Off the field, definitely someone who embodies what a Haverford student-athlete should look like. He hits the books real hard and, he takes care of his business in that regard. If I had to pick my favorite Greenbaum moment, it would probably be when he scored his first career run this past year in Florida. Being around a guy for 3 years and watching him, grind real hard and really work to put himself in a position to fly around and make a play like that. It was really special. So we'll miss you, Greenbaum, and thanks for everything you've done for the program.
Our third senior today is Brandon Jenkins. Another Californian on the Haverford squad, Jenkins joined the Fords from Monrovia, California. A shutdown reliever, Jenkins came to be known as one of the most feared competitors on the mound in all of the Centennial Conference. He was an honorable mention All-Centennial Conference selection a season ago. In the last week of the shortened 2020 season, Jenkins was also named the Centennial Conference Pitcher of the Week. The lefty ranked 7th in Haverford program history in saves and was named the Centennial Conference's Scholar Athlete of the Year in 2019. An Ambler Scholar Athlete, the math major was also named to the Philadelphia Inquirer Academic All-Area Team a season ago.
When I think about Brandon, I think back to last year when we're getting on the bus for our spring trip, and everyone's showing up in their suits and ties and whatnot, and Brandon shows up in full cowboy attire. He's got the bolo tie on and the hat, and it was really just this hilarious moment for everyone. I think that speaks to who Brandon is as a person. He's just an awesome guy that always knows how to make you laugh. On the field, Brandon was a fierce competitor and an incredible pitcher for us. You knew when he came in the game that no matter what the situation was, he was going to take care of business, and after he did, he was going to give us that signature glove throw. I'm really lucky to have spent these last 3 years with him as well as all the other seniors.
Our next senior is Will Karp. The co-captain for the Fords made his impact felt on the Haverford program, developing into one of the most consistent performers in all of Division III. Doing it all for the Fords, Karp was twice named the Centennial Conference's Gold Glover of the Year, becoming the first ever two-time winner of that prestigious award. On the offensive side, Karp hit .323 during his career, exploding for a .377 batting average in his all-region and first-team all-conference season during his junior year. Karp picked up even more steam this season with a whopping .489 batting average through the first 12 games to begin the shortened season. Also a lethal force on the base pass, Karp is fourth in program history in steals with 82. Karp also ranks in the top 10 in program history in double plays turned, stolen base percentage, infield assists, and runs scored.
Will Karp is somebody that, while the program won't miss his country music that much, we're definitely going to miss him as a player and as a person. He's just a real special talent. I've seen him do things in the baseball field that I've never seen anybody else do. It's really fun stepping out there every day, no matter who you're playing against. You know that you have the best guy on the field on your team, and arguably one of the best players in all of D3 baseball, and this is the reason why he was chosen as a D3 All-American this year by the D3 Baseball podcast after having just an insane start to the season. It was really exciting to see what he was going to do, but unfortunately cut short. Will is just as special of a guy off the field as he is on the field. I remember one time in the winter, it was late at night after I finished up my work. Everybody else had already hit that day. Will had already hit twice himself, and I needed somebody to throw to me. And I found him in the common room just in sandals and a t-shirt, and he didn't hesitate to just get up and walk to the field house with me. It's 30 degrees out, and he was throwing me BP in sandals. And, that's just the type of guy he is. He's always going to bring out the best in you. He's going to show up every day, be a consistent worker, always focused. He never wants you to get down on yourself. He never wants you to change yourself, and he always encourages you to be who you are. And I'm just really glad that I got to learn from him, grinding from the rep always, and that he's going to be one of my best friends for the rest of my life, just like this graduating class.
Our next senior is Dylan Livingston. Livingston came to Haverford from Long Island and excelled almost immediately. Making 9 starts on the mound as a first year, he logged a 3.04 ERA with 30 strikeouts in 50 innings. Livingston grew into a stalwart of the Haverford rotation from that point, making 24 career starts. Last season, the physics major proved his mettle in the clutch as he came out of the bullpen with 5 innings of one-hit relief to help the Fords charge back to the Centennial Championship game.
Dylan Livingston has many memorable moments, whether it's being an absolute psycho and getting locked into the Fox NFL theme song, or listening to Dark Horse by Katy Perry, or warming up from second base, or throwing up in front of second base, or shutting down Worcester twice in his career, in addition to many, many other amazing games pitched. Dylan Livingston, he's a guy. Some would call him a Daesh. I wouldn't. He's a guy. He's a great guy. I love him. Thank you, Dylan. We'll miss you.
Our next senior is Owen Planbeck. Another West Coast product, Planbeck joined the Fords from Palo Alto, California. Beginning his career as a catcher, he eventually transitioned to the corner infield and outfield slots throughout his career, providing a middle-order force to stabilize the Haverford lineup. Flashing his power with 9 career home runs, during his first-year campaign, the computer science major hit a pair of those home runs in the postseason to bring the Fords to the cusp of the championship game. Planbeck was off on a tear to begin this year with a .371 batting average in 9 games. He equaled the program's doubles record with 3 two-baggers against Worcester on March 9th in Fort Myers, Florida.
Owen Planbeck was one of the most talented, funny, selfless guys that I was fortunate enough to play with for 3 years. He was super talented. He was in the lineup for us for 4 years, and even though he was battling injuries a lot, he found a way to get out and get on the field. He played every position. He played the outfield. He caught. He played a little bit in the infield, and he always claimed that he could get on the mound and pitch as well. But he was just a really positive energy, good guy to have on the team. Was great for team culture, and was really, just happy and funny and was great to have around. Super smart, was always grinding for the rep, and doing everything to help our team be successful.
Our final senior is Luke Wallace. Hailing from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., Wallace appeared mainly in a reserve role during his first 2 years at Haverford. During a breakout junior campaign, he became another middle-of-the-order lineup threat for the Fords. The political science major knocked a go-ahead 3-run homer against Muhlenberg in extra innings a season ago, propelling the Fords to a dramatic victory. Overall, Wallace hit .286 with 5 doubles and a pair of home runs during that junior season, and was another Ford off to a torrid start in 2020 before the shortened season ended at the end of the spring break trip.
I think that Luke Wallace has really been a huge part of the baseball program this past couple seasons. And I think that he's definitely set a great example of the guys coming after him on how to work hard both on and off the field. He's definitely one of the hardest workers I know in the weight room and in the off season. I think it's really showed up in his play these last couple of years, as he's been one of our biggest bats in our lineup and one of our best players. I think that some of my best memories of him on the field are going to be his game-winning home run against Muhlenberg last year. That was pretty awesome. And the one he would have hit against Swarthmore at home, except they made one of the best defensive plays I've ever seen off of him. And I think that off the field, I'm really going to miss him as a friend. And again, the chance to live next to him this past year, I've really been able to talk to him about school and life and everything, and I'm really going to miss him.
We would like to give one last thank you to the Haverford College Baseball Class of 2020 for all their contributions to our community over the last 4 years. How about one more digital round of applause for the Haverford College Baseball Class of 2020. Fans, thank you for attending today's virtual ceremony, and please, stay home safely.